Organic click-through rates on Google dropped over 60% since mid-2024. Zero-click searches now make nearly 70% of all queries, and ChatGPT alone has 800 million weekly active users who are bypassing Google entirely. So if you're a marketing leader and your SEO reporting still revolves around clicks and rankings, you're measuring a world that no longer exists. But here's the thing that nobody's saying loudly enough. SEO is not dead. It's just not what it used to be. And the companies that understand the shift are going to dominate the next 5 years. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 4 changes reshaping search and SEO in 2026 and what you actually need to do about them. Let's get into it. So point 1, clicks are but SEO isn't dead. Let's start with the obvious. Google's AI overviews are eating organic traffic. Studies from Seer Interactive and Ahrefs show CTRs dropping anywhere from 35 to 61% when an AI overview appears at the top of a search result. And those overviews are now showing up on roughly 18% of all queries, and this number is climbing. For publishers, the impact has been brutal. Google search traffic to publisher sites dropped by in the year up to November 2025. Sites like HubSpot have seen traffic drops of 70 to 80% on certain content categories. So yes, if your measure of SEO success is clicks, the picture looks quite grim. But here's what the data also tells us. Brands that get cited in AI overviews see 35% more organic clicks and 91% more paid clicks compared to brands that don't get cited. Over 92% of those citations come from pages already ranking in the top 10. In other words, SEO is the foundation for being in the conversation. People just aren't clicking 10 blue clicks anymore. They're getting answers synthesized from your content. And if your brand is being cited, you're building authority even when nobody clicks. The shift here is from measuring clicks to measuring presence. Are you in the conversation? Are you being cited? That's what matters now. The only way to sustain that level of content output, to have something worth citing across hundreds of relevant queries, is with AI-powered content workflows. You cannot run this manually. But I want to be clear about what I mean here, because AI content has a bad reputation. I'm not talking about pumping out slop. I'm talking about a human-in-the-loop process where AI handles the research, the drafting, the structuring, and humans bring the judgment, the expertise, and the editorial quality. Done right, AI infrastructure raises the bar for your content. You get higher quality at higher velocity, and that's the unlock. Here's point number 2. LLMs are a brand presence layer. They are not a traditional channel. Now here's where a lot of marketers are getting it wrong. They're treating LLMs like another channel, kind of like SEO or paid or social, something that you optimize for, drive traffic from, and track conversions and so on. But that's not how LLMs work. LLMs are a brand presence layer. Now let me explain what I mean. ChatGPT has 800 million weekly active users. Perplexity is processing 780 million queries a month. People are asking these tools questions like, what is the best payment platform for mid-market companies? Or which CRM should I use for 50% sales teams? And these LLMs are giving them answers with brand names attached. Now here's the key insight. There's only about a 25% overlap in what ChatGPT and Perplexity recommend. Each platform is pulling from different data, weighing different signals, and surfacing different brands. So if you are visible on just one, you're invisible to entire audiences. Your goal here isn't to rank on ChatGPT the way you rank on Google. Your goal should be to show up consistently across these platforms when your category gets discussed. That is brand presence, and that is how it compounds over time. Now, does SEO help with LLM visibility? Absolutely. Strong organic authority feeds into how LLMs perceive your brand. But it's not the only signal. LLMs also pull from third-party mentions, reviews, comparison articles, industry publications, Reddit discussions, and your own content library. This is another place where AI infrastructure matters. You need content flowing into all of these places, such as your blog, industry publications, comparison sites, community forums, to build the kind of multi-source authority that LLMs rely on. That's not something you can do with a 2-person marketing team and a content calendar. That takes systems. Now, I actually did a deep dive on exactly how to get your brand showing up in LLM responses. The tactics, the signals that matter, all of it. I'll link the video right here and in the description. Go ahead and watch it after this one. So here's point 3. Your metrics need to tell a new story. If you're still reporting SEO performance by clicks and impressions from GSC, you're painting an incomplete picture. And worse, you're probably making your own SEO program look like it's failing when it's actually working. Here's what I mean. A piece of content can rank well, get cited in AI overviews, get referenced by ChatGPT and Perplexity, and influence a buyer, without that buyer ever actually clicking through your site from an organic listing. Under the old model, this piece of content looks like a failure. Under the new model, though, it's one of your best assets. So what should you be tracking? Well, let me give you a few that I think are critical for 2026. The first one is share of voice, both in traditional search and in LLM responses. How often does your brand show up relative to competitors when your category is being discussed? Tools like HubSpot, SEMrush, and specialized platforms are now tracking this across AI platforms. The second one is direct and branded search traffic. When your content is working in the background, getting cited in AI responses, mentioned in forums, pulled into comparisons, the downstream signal is people searching for your brand directly. Return direct traffic is a leading indicator that indicates that your brand presence is building. The third one is AI citation tracking. Are you being mentioned in AI overviews? Well, which queries? How often? What's the sentiment? This has become a core metric, and tools like Seer Interactive's AI Tracker, Evertune's Brand Score, and even AI visibility tools such as Crunch and Profound are making this measurable. The fourth metric is LLM perception drift. Now, this is a newer concept, but it's an important one. How stable is your brand's presence in LLM outputs over time? Are you consistently recommended, or do you appear one month and disappear the next? Stability signals authority. The story you're telling leadership should not be our organic clicks are down 40%. It should be something like our brand is being cited 3 times more in AI responses than our closest competitor, direct traffic is up 25%, and our SOV has grown from 12% to 19%. Now that is a winning narrative. And it's a true one if you have the systems in place to produce the volume and quality of content that earns those citations. And here's point number 4. SEO is one channel and AI infrastructure powers all of it. Now, this is an important point, perhaps the most important one. The biggest risk in 2026 isn't that SEO stops working, it's that you're only doing SEO. When clicks from Google are declining and users are fragmenting across ChatGPT, Perplexity, social platforms, direct brand searches, your strategy has to be multi-channel. You need to be visible in organic search, in AI responses, in social, in email, in communities, and so on. The brands that win aren't the ones that are doing the best with SEO. They're the ones who show up everywhere. But here's the practical problem. Multi-channel content is expensive and slow if you're doing it the traditional way. Hiring writers, briefing them, reviewing drafts, publishing across platforms, and so on. It just doesn't scale. Well, this is where AI infrastructure changes the game. I'm not talking about using ChatGPT to spit out blog posts. I'm talking about structured AI content workflows, systems that pull from your customer data, your call transcripts, your competitive intelligence, and produce content that sound like your brand and is calibrated for each channel. Think about it. The same customer insight from a sales call can become an SEO article, a LinkedIn post, an email nurture, and a comparison page that gets cited in LLM responses, and a community discussion prompt. That's not 5 separate content projects. That's one insight flowing through a system. Now, when I work with companies on this, the results compound fast. The content volume feeds the SEO engine, which feeds the AI citations, which feeds brand search, which feeds conversions. It's a flywheel, but the flywheel only spins if you have the infrastructure. So let me bring it all together. Search in 2026 looks fundamentally different from even 2 years ago. Clicks are down, zero-click searches are the norm, and LLMs are becoming a primary way people discover brands. But the core of what makes SEO valuable has not changed. You need to create authoritative, useful content that earns trust. What's changed is where that trust gets expressed and how you measure it. If you're a marketing leader watching this, here's what I do. First, audit your current reporting. Are you tracking share of voice, AI citations, and branded search? If not, start there. Second, think about LLMs as a brand presence layer, not a channel to optimize. Third, and most importantly, look at your content operations. Do you have the AI infrastructure in place to produce content at the volume and quality that this new landscape demands? If you want to chat about what that infrastructure looks like for your business, drop me a comment or hit me up. All links are in the description. And if you found this valuable, please subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.